I want to blow away the myth that it takes at least an hour or 2 hours to cook a curry, because it doesn't. I'm going to take you through a dish that I think is a supersonic curry. And it all started off with my dad when he found himself on the west coast of the States as an immigrant for the second time in his life. And it all started off with these two innocent aubergines, or eggplant, or as they're known in the Indian subcontinent, bangan. Now he was juggling jobs, 2 jobs at the same time, and what he needed to do was cook delicious, nutritious food that he could eat in a jiffy, scoff between jobs and get on to the next role. And that's what I'm going to take you through today. I call it Bayside Baingan because it all started off in San Francisco. We're going to take about sort of 120 ml or so of just normal sort of vegetable oil. And I'm going to take 1 sliced onion. And the onion is going to cook away. We want the onion to turn a really nice sort of tan blonde colour. And when it does that, we're going to add our 2 aubergines. And our aubergines have been salted for about sort of 10 minutes. And I like to salt the aubergine and then drain thoroughly. And the reason that I do that is because I think that it will take out any latent kind of sourness or bitterness that's left in the aubergine. And then you've got to thoroughly rinse it, get it under some cold water. Our onions are now browning away nicely. They've got a nice looking sort of tan colour to them, turning slightly blonde and brown at the edges. In go our aubergine. Just 2 aubergines. It looks like there's loads in the pan, but it will reduce down. I'm going to take that down to a medium heat. I'm just going to swirl the pan around a little bit, just to make sure that we get the onions covering the aubergine, get the oil over the aubergine as well, and they'll start to turn colour actually. They'll sort of become the flesh will become a slightly brownish kind of, sort of take a slight brownish kind of tinge, almost slightly kind of golden. The aubergine have been in the pan for about sort of 5 to 6 minutes, and they're softening up, giving off their hard texture, and looking really nice and soft and vulnerable. So that's when we're going to take advantage of them. So, chuck in a little bit of salt. We have about half a teaspoon of chili powder that goes in. I got half a teaspoon of turmeric powder as well. The Indian 5-spice that's made up of mustard seeds, fenugreek seeds, fennel, and also cumin seeds and a little bit something extra. I'm just going to sprinkle that into the pan. It's about a teaspoon of that stuff. So that goes in, and we're going to swish all of that around the pan, still over a medium heat. It's curry in a hurry, so I'm just going to throw in a tin of tomatoes. So haven't got time to chop them, haven't got time to peel them, so we buy them, throw in a tin of tomatoes. All of that goes into the pan, and it's going to cook for about kind of like 10 minutes or so. So the pan has been sizzling away now for about 15 minutes in total. And what you've got is the jamminess of all the tomatoes coming together with the aubergine, nice and soft. I'm just going to use the back of my spoon here just to splay it out a little bit. And you kind of want to get sort of the aubergine a little bit kind of smashed, really, a little bit kind of mashed up a little bit, because you start to get all of the juices of the aubergine, the tomatoes, all of those ingredients coming together. We're going to zing it up a little bit with half a lemon. So that just goes in. Beautiful. Now that has turned a pan of humble ingredients into something utterly regal. It's fit for a king. It worked for my dad. I think it will work for you.